My Maya moment actually has to do with my father-in-law, Bob Shaw, who was a major league pitcher and actually pitched in a World Series. He actually coached my kid in basketball, my son in basketball, his grandson. And when he was on the sidelines, he actually was working with my brother, Cliff Gehring. And I noticed during the game that Cliff was the one that was coaching the kids and doing the plays, and Bob Shaw was just standing there not saying anything. So I asked him afterwards, well, what were you doing? He goes, well, I have a philosophy. He goes, I've worked with people at the highest level of sports and also coaching and everything. He said people are so talented at that level that the biggest thing that he needed to do was to take the pressure off during the game. Because once the game happens, he says, it's too late at that point. He always said practice makes, not necessarily perfect, but it makes permanent. So once you get into the game, his big thing is relax. And another thing he always said is let it fly. And I remember when I played sports, I was so worried about mechanics and doing the right thing during the game that I sometimes would lose the thought that, hey, I'm in the game to have fun. I'm in the game to just give it your all. I think this advice is super important for anybody, but really, really for me, because I speak in front of people so much. And when you're speaking, you really want people to be engaged. You want people to also feel something. And if you're so worried about your mechanics and things, you're not being yourself, you're not being authentic. And I always think about everybody is always trying to do the best they can do at that moment, especially if it's a high stakes thing or something they're really going after. So, kind of being there as support, but not necessarily coaching during the moment, I think is the thing that has really resonated with me.